And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. All right, Twitch is good. Twitch is good. YouTube is good. I'm tired, so I may cut it short tonight. We'll see. I am making really good progress on the Safari Girl outfit. So I think I'm going to work on what's next. I think an Aladdin outfit. So I've got parts of that kind of done. I have to figure out how to make a turban, but I have an idea that it's going to be pants with a sashi belt, a shirt with a vest, and pointy boots. I may have the boots done already, and I may not. Let me see what I've got for Sinbad. So it's a Sinbad outfit. So we're going to need to make a turban and a sword for that. And then we need a shirt, a vest, and a sash, pants, and boots with pointy boots. And I'm debating. It's a dude outfit, but I think I might go ahead and just make it also work for the Genesis 8 female. So we'll see how that works out. So first off, we're going to kind of get our parts together and see where we're at. I can show off the safari outfit while we're at it. But let's take a look at where we are. I think I've got a Sinbad folder. We'll take a look in there and see if I need to make new boots or not. I have an idea how to make boots if I have to make new boots. Where are we at? We're going to... Man, am I tired. Anyhow, let's take a look at the projects. So I think I do have a Sinbad folder. Look at that. Once upon a time. There's a Sinbad set up in here. We're ready to go. We are going to do... I've got this all set up and ready to go. Genesis 9 will be geared towards the males. Do I have anything in the whip? I got a bunch of stuff in the whip. I've got belt buckles. I'm not going to do a belt buckle. We're not doing a Sinbad belt. Do I have a blend file? I have a project file. Is that going to do what I think it does if I double click on it? Oh, by the way, happy Burrito Day. Dum dum dum. I normally have a pack of frozen burritos in the freezer. So, also, happy National Ferret Day. I love ferrets. They're cool little guys. They don't live long enough though, so it makes me really sad when they pass. I want to say our longest lived ferret has been about 7 or 8 years. So we have had 3 ferrets over the years. Anyhow, I can't see chat. Nothing's going on in chat. Last thing I see is bye Rob. Bye Rod. Hi Rod. How you doing today? Sinbad. Okay, I'm going to not use that belt. I like that shirt. I think we're going to keep that shirt. I think we'll keep those pants. And are these pointy boots? They're probably old boots. Why are you freezing on me? Goddamn rat bastard. I might make the boots a little more pointy, and I might swap them out for something else. I have to go look at some sources. You know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to lose the belt. Let me save this. File save as. Project. We'll call this 2026. Sinbad 2026. It's so old that's actually on a Genesis 4 figure. So we're gonna. You're doing. I'm doing. Just not sure what you're doing. Okay. So we're going to fit this over to Genesis 9. I'm going to lose the belt. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I did with the pirate outfit. I'm actually going to sew the shirt to the pants to begin with, just to get a nice seam in there. We're going to lose that. And I should probably get this fitted over to another. And what are you guys? I'm going to lose those. We're going to redo the boots, I think. We're going to lose this avatar. You know what? We are going to fit it to the Genesis 9 female shape to begin with. So we'll do that. Let's get into G9 female avatar here to start with. Because even though it's a dude outfit, I might also going to make it fit the Genesis 8 female. Mostly administrating stuff, paying bills, doing stuff. Oh, okay. Did you get a burrito today? Did you know it was National Burrito Day? And National Ferret Day? So we're celebrating both. Cancel. I just want to bring you in. File, add to workspace. Okay, we're going to try to fit all of this onto that. Something didn't seem to move. I don't know. We'll just do this for now. Had pasta for dinner. Nice. Oh no. I fell off. There's another one over here somewhere. Do I only got one of those? That shirt's not too bad. I think, you know what? I think I can just sew those together. I think they're about, oh, it is sewn together. Look at me. Way back then, I had the foresight to sew all that together. I'm going to do a little bit of a vest. I think we're going to maybe tighten things up a little bit. Are the pants on okay? Pants are on okay. I think I need a couple of these. And I think I need this to be on the leg. And then I think I want to sew this onto here. So just take that to that. That to that. I'm going to try to adjust these for fitting boots on later on. Let's copy this over to here. I'm going to turn on the thing, random color, surface. Oh, nice. I don't need that though. I want to see a stress map. That's about right. I like that. And that's about right. I want you about in here. So we're going to eventually make boots. A friend stopped by last week with a load of pasta from near my restaurant. Ooh. Still left to feed him. That's right. Send in the Marines to Rod's house. All right, let me see about getting a sash in here. I want to put a sword in a scabbard, which means I'm probably going to tie it off on the opposite side because it's easier to work that way. Or maybe I should put it over here. So I'm going to take like maybe some cloth. We'll bunch it up. We'll put a fake knot over here. We'll hang it off the side. And then I'm going to mark out a vest. Here, let me just do this. I should actually, what is the measurements again? It's like 700 through the waist. So I'm going to make this, we'll make this about 350. Yeah, I want to do 350. And then we'll set this at, you know what, I'm going to bunch it way up. I'm going to maybe do 200 for now. And then where are you? You're probably, that did not work, right? That was no 200. So 350. We'll do 200 on that. I'm going to pull this. Okay, I got to turn this stress map off because I no longer have my, I need my gizmo. Control C and V. That did not work. Let's try this. Do that. Move you over here. Then I'm just going to flip the normals on that. And I just have to figure out how I want to. So I'm going to, you know what, we're going to bunch this up and then I'm going to build a little connector piece in there. And then we're going to hang longer parts off. Do I want to try to make a tassel? I might try to make a tassel. Anyhow, you are there and there. So let's just do this. I will eventually weld those two together. Put those together. Actually, I'm not going to put those together. I'm going to make a little piece right here that we're going to make 35 by 250. I'm going to say okay to that. I need a couple of thin little pieces in here. They're just going to be 3 by 200. I didn't make that the right size, did I? I made that 250 or something stupid, didn't I? I did. We're going to redo that. So what did I say? 35, but I wanted that to actually be 200. Say okay to that. I need a couple of little thin pieces like this. It's still thinking. I do have the Rod Shelley mug, but I'm not drinking out of it today. Today I grabbed my Dream On mug. Okay, you're going to be 3 by 200. 2 of those. Let's put you side by side like that. Let's bring you over here. I'm going to make a little part that comes off of that. I might make this narrower. We're thinking. So I need 2 parts. Here, shift. Hope to have more coming along. Nice. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's say 200 by 200. I think I am going to make that smaller. And then we're just going to Control D those like that. I'm going to unlink them. And then I'm going to start sewing stuff together. I'm going to freeze all of this stuff up for just a moment. Actually, let's start with this. I'm going to sew. I need all of these guys into a better position. We're going to move all of this over to the side there where they're going to end up eventually. So that all is going to come up over on this side sooner or later. Oops. I click on one thing and I move another. Okie dokie. That's going to sew there, and that gets sewn over there. This is going to be here, and that's going to go over there. And then this is going to get sewn into here. Nope, that's the wrong one. So this is going to get sewn from here to here. And that's going to get sewn from here. I did that wrong. From here to here. This is going to be a hot mess. I'm going to freeze everything that I don't need moving. And then we're gonna let it do its stuff. I got gravity going on here. I do. We're gonna turn that off. I see everything is heading in this direction, so let's move it all before it gets over there. Okay, and then let's give this a layer so it all wants to sit on top. All right, that's the beginning. It's not really looking good yet. I've got things. One of these is supposed to lay under these. Let me give myself some layers here so I can organize this stuff. So I'm going to set this stuff all to be layer 10. Okay, this is going to be layer 5, so it's going to want to be underneath. I can actually, yeah, we're going to make that layer 5, so it wants to be underneath. These are going to be layer 15. And I think I'm going to make these layer 10, so they're kind of neutral in between. Okay, let's see how this goes. So I should be seeing this wanting to get underneath that over there. It doesn't seem to be doing that. I do want to make it all shorter, so let's go ahead and knock that out. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put elastic on here, actually. And then I'm going to see about making it shorter. So we're going to put elastic on that and that. Do I get an elastic option over here? I do not. I get fold angles, though. All right, that's not what we wanted. I want to be able to grab you and you. There we go. And then put elastic on. And we can kind of see it starting to pull a little bit. So we're going to strengthen that up. And this is only 80, so we'll make that, I don't know, can I get away with 50? That didn't change, did it? Okay, I want that bunched a lot tighter. I am going to make this smaller, though. Let's go ahead and knock that out before I lose track of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to line those up so they kind of sit in there. And then what I can do is grab all of these points and then grab all of these points. And then we can just head north until I start getting in the ballpark over here. And you know what? Let's do a couple of things here. Is that quad optimized? That doesn't actually look like it's quad optimized. Oh no, it's just the fabric. I got this weird plaid fabric on there. No wonder it looks goofy. Let's switch you to quad optimized. Is anything in here quad optimized? Good question. This is so old. That is quad optimized. Excellent. What I'd like to do is try to fold this over a little bit. But it's gonna get kind of goofy in here. I want to make a MAGA shirt. MAGA is Morons Are Governing America. That's a lot better than Make America Grape Again. Um, all right, let's play with this. Let's add a material in here. Let's call it sash. Sash, saz, sash, sachet. Oh my god. Some days I really can't type, can I? Custom. Okay, we're going to kind of go through this until like, damn it, I didn't want it to do that. I wanted to kind of be able to go. Oh, too bad I can't just pan through these easier. What are you? I think I want something like that. Look at how soft and silky that is. You're still awful. Let's, for the sash, I think I'm going to try to make it higher particle density. That's awful rubbery. And I'm still not getting this pulling down as much as I want. Did I not have I do have elastic on. It's only 50%. I don't know. What if we say 20? What if we say 10%? What if we say 10%? Okay, it will do 10%. I don't have gravity on, so it's not quite. And honestly, this should be under here. I'm going to see if I can get that to stay under where it's supposed to be. Because the way I have things layered. And then the idea is to kind of pull. I should probably turn gravity on at this point. Let's see what we're at. See if I can get this to be more squishy. Maybe I'll just tweak it in Blender, but we'll see if I can get that. And if I can get this to actually stay on top of that, that would be nice. And I already forgot what I'm doing. Oh, gravity. Let's put gravity back on. Simulation properties. Let's go back to the default gravity minus 9800. You're still acting awfully stiff. Oh, you know what? I went and I grabbed this and then I didn't apply it to anything. It still thinks it's leather. And I went ahead and grabbed and dragged and dropped that and it didn't do anything. Let's try this again. There we go. That's much better. Now I have this sticking. This is trying to get above. I want you to be under. I want you to be down here. Should be in there. I'm starting to get some nice wrinkles in the. I was trying to go for it. See, that's kind of the look. And let's kick up the. Let's kick this up a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to put a line in here and try to force roll that up underneath. So we're just going to add, I think maybe a 10 on both of these. I think it's linked editing, but I can't remember. Offset is an internal line. 10. Oakley dokley. We're going to put a fold on those. If my brain is right on that, if I do something like 300 or 360, it should try to roll in. So we'll put the fold angle at 300 on those. And I'm just going to say 100 on the strength. And we'll simulate that, see if I can get that to roll. See if it wants to roll under. Doesn't look like it wants to roll under. It's so tight, it wants to do whatever it wants to do. You know what, let's freeze these things. I know what I wanted to do. It's just what will it end up doing on its own? See, I want you up here. Are you flipping yourself around? Is that what's going on? My bottom is going to the top and my top has gone to the bottom? Oh, for crying out loud. Of course it has. Still not convinced my folds are going the way I think they ought to. And, oh, do I have to unfreeze you guys? It's creeping up the waist. I want it down here, so maybe I just need to make it longer. So it'll want to set a little lower on the waist. But I also want enough tension where it's going to pull itself tight. But you can see where it's curled up on the waist. And I actually want it down on the hip. So that's kind of in the right spot. You know what I should do is maybe put a line in here and then I can run an anchors in here and anchor it. So I think maybe we'll do something like that. Well, here, let's stop the sim. Let's give ourselves a little more room in here. We're moving really slow today. Let's try that. What I think I'm going to do is split this in half, and then we'll put a little holder piece right here along the waist. So that to the holder piece, so it kind of wants to sit on the center. And I've gone too far. What are you now? You are 130. Half of 130 is 165. So I'm going to select you. Nope, I'm going to select you. I'm going to offset as an internal line. I'm going to say 65. I'm going to cut and sew that. I'm going to come back over this way, do the same thing. Offset as an internal line, 65. Cut and sew. All right, we're going to measure the waistband. And then I'm going to make a little strip. It's going to be 400. And then we'll sew this to that strip. I need a little gap right here. So what are you at anyhow? God damn it. It refuses to select the line I'm clicking on. It says, hey, maybe you want this other line nearby. You know, not the one you're clicking on. Okay, 380 plus 20, which means you are 35. You know what? I'm going to make these 40. It'll just work out a little better that way. Change length. Forte. That's a split line. Damn it. Change length. Forte. Okie dokie. Take you. Drag you out to there. Should be good. So then I want my little strip that's going to sit in here at 380 that we're going to sew this to. And I'm going to sew that to. I'm going to make it like 5. So 380 and 5. And okay. And I need a little bit of room in here so I can sew. And I'm just going to take you. That I can just do this kind of sewing too. And then what I want to do is I'm going to sew. I got to sew from here to here. And that's going to go from here to here. And I can't. Okay, let's escape. Let's try this again. I don't know, my system's being really boggy today. So I'm going to want to sew you. Yo, DJ Stulu, how you doing? Into here. Then I want to sew you into here. Did I do that the right way? I did. And then I'm going to duplicate this. Kind of like that. I'm working on a Sinbad costume today. So that's kind of what we've got going on here. I'm wrestling with the sash at the moment. And I feel like everything I do, I have to do twice because the system's just being really sluggish right at the moment. Between Marvelous Designer and Stream. Okie dokie. I'm going to take this, goes this way. I'm going to sew that over here. Then we're going to sew this into here. Hopefully this is lining up. I'm going the wrong way. I went the wrong way. Let's try this again. I want this to sew into here. That's what I want. Then we want this. It would decide to do something. Oh, now it's not doing anything. All right, we're back. I'm going to sew you into here. Okay. And let me see. I think I've got this at 5. So these I'm going to set it. I need to put these on a layer so they work right. And it has to be somewhere between 0 and 5. So we'll set that at 3. And then we'll just see what happens. So the idea is for that to hold the belt onto the center line of the pants. The thing that's kind of doing the trick is it's starting to look weirdly sashy. I've got this seam here. It doesn't seem to be working the way it's supposed to, but we're getting there. I just kind of keep pulling on this stuff a bit. I think we're getting there. You know what? That might do the trick. Although I think these... No, those are in the right spot. They're just not hanging quite as nicely as I would like. I think if I just increase the weight of those... And then I want to put a vest on. So these we're going to pull out so they hang out down here. So I'm just going to count this out. Maybe 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we'll do that on the other side. So we're just lengthening the sash hanging off the side there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, let's see how this. I think that's good. It gives me the extra length and it adds some extra weight. This is creeped inside those frozen. So I got to pull that out. I actually have it set up where I could undo that. I could actually untie this belt if I wanted to. I don't think I'm going to need to do that though. You know, this is looking, that's looking sashier. Although this has gone and crawled back under the pants again. We don't want you to do that. I think that'll be good. I think I'm going to, I don't know, I haven't quite decided what I'm doing with the shirt yet. I think what I need to do. Are you just one piece? You are. So I'm going to want this over the vest. I think so. Means you're probably going to want to give that a layer. We'll give it 10. And then let me block out a vest. I'm just going to take all of this and move it out of the way for right now. So I can just kind of draw a vest on here. This whole outfit may be too big. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm just going to bring over a little block here, down to here, over to here. Then we're going to make the inside a little. Let's do some research. Let's go look at Tubi. Tubi's got all the Sinbad movies on. I have them on DVD too, but I'm not going to bring those out. Tubi's free. Chris was watching The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. There we go.
Who are you? I am Sakura.
He's not wearing a vest.
I hear all the
Is he wearing a vest yet? Nope. Does he wear a vest in this movie?
Have borne any insult.
$1958. He does wear. He was wearing a turban early in the movie. He doesn't wear a vest. Putz. He did have a turban. Something like that. I haven't quite decided how to make a turban yet. I gotta figure that out still. Look at those awesome Ray Harryhausen special effects.
War and peace. Chandra.
For I have my one wish.
I let you go.
I don't know. Where's the other one? Sinbad. Um, there's one in between this. What am I watching here? Seventh Voyage. So you had the Seventh Voyage. I think in the 60s you got the Golden Voyage. 77 gave us Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger with Jane Seymour. It's the only person I can remember from that movie.
Do not talk of it now.
What a pretty boy. Oh no, more Ray Harryhausen of evil demon things. He's got no vest. I'm gonna have to make up my own vest. He's got a cool sword. He doesn't wear a turban in this one. Seventh Voyage is the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. He's wearing a turban on the cover picture of that. Oh, there it is. That's what I was thinking. I think he's got a vest too. Look at that. There we go. Turban and a vest. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's hey, I'm Tubi. I'm cool. It has a little connection. I'm not going to put a little connection on the vest. I don't know if that shirt's got a collar or not. Mine's got a collar, and I'm going to put it up over the vest. And he's got this cool turban. If you can look at the camera, I can. But I'm not sure how to make a turban yet. I have some ideas of what I'm going to do. I think I might do some fake wrappy thing. Fake wrap around one side, fake wrap around the other, and then we'll put something over his. Maybe hang something off the back to hide the crappy details in the back. He's got a ring. He's got a golden ring. It's back when you only wore earrings if you were gay or a pirate. Uh, oh, there's the collar coming up over the vest. See, this is basically what I'm going for. The Golden Voyage look. Okay, I have an idea what I'm going to do now. Marvel's designer's not doing anything. See, it's thinking. It's jealous because I was looking at something else. So now it's going to punish me. It's a wrap indeed. Let's hit save on this. Oh, it's getting so slow. I should, you know what? I should close that down because it's probably eating up more resources than I need. Okay, I'm going to block out a vest. It's going to come down through here, cross back up. I'm going to make wide open. And then we'll make the back where we'll pull the neck across. All right. Let's give we'll do the polygon tool. Am I still, I'm not even simulating it. It's already dragging down. So we're going to pull you through here, over to here, down around here. You're going to come in here, up to here, and we're going to bring you up into here. I probably need that to be wider. And also let's add another material in here. I'll just drop that on here. All right, we're just going to convert you. You know, I'm just going to get rid of you, and we'll just go with this. Pull that out, so I get the little handly things. Then I'm going to set this angle to be 90. Like that. We're going to set this angle. You know what? I'm going to bring you up a little more like that. And we'll just tweak you over. There we go. You're at 90. We'll put a little curve on here, but we'll do that in a minute. Because we're going to pull this over. We're going to flip the normals on that. I'm going to move that to the back. We're going to close this. We're actually going to bring this up here and then curve it around the back. I'm going to measure you. Okay, so this needs to be a little wider because I need it to be... This needs to be like about 200, honestly. So I need to move that like about 1, 2, 3. And we'll do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. We'll do that. So these in. So this up. I'm going to curve that just a little bit around the neck. I'm going to pull you in this way. Try to get that to be a little bit closer to 90. You know what I should do is I need to put one in there. And then I can drag you a little bit further. That might be good enough. Let's see how this is going. I'm going to take you and you. Control D on those. With the power of linked editing. So the backup. Let's freeze everything else. And we'll put the vest on. I'm probably going to turn the gravity off in a second here. It's probably going to fall down too far. If it ever finishes meshing. Nope. It's crawling inside. Let's set this with a layer so it makes sure it stays on top. And we'll just temporarily turn the gravity off. Gonna do this. So it's gonna want to sit on top. I'm gonna eventually rework. And we'll put gravity back on. A little bit of gravity. How about that? Just enough to... Okay, I want that a little longer because I want it down closer to the sash. Also, I think we're going to make these a little wider. And I think the whole thing just needs to be a little wider. So, you know what? I'm going to just grab these and go this way. That's 2. That's a 3. And I'm going to just grab you and you. 1, 2, 3. Let's make it longer. My sim's running really slow. Wah. You know what? It's still not hanging down far enough. And I think maybe Maybe I do need to put a string or something to pull it together. Well, you're just going wackadoodle over there on that sleeve, aren't you? It has to do with the layering that we've got going on. So if I just set everything to 0, if we just set everything to 0, are you just not setting everything to 0? Is that what it is? You've just lost the something like that. So it's just not, it just doesn't want to hang right. It just keeps creeping into the stuff underneath it and it doesn't want to come out. I get the feeling I need to make that armhole maybe a little bit deeper. I was zooming in and then it jumped too far. I'm trying to zoom out, baby steps. So here, let's take these and bring them down. Hey, Willie, how are you doing today? Hello, hello. Are we getting there yet? We're working on a Sinbad outfit. This is what's going to come after Safari Girl. I think that's going to be good. You know what? I'm going to tighten these corners up. I'm going to pull that in by, I don't know, let's see, let's take it to 60. So let's do a change length on that. I want to go the other way. And I'm going to make that 60. It'll take 18 off of it. And then we got to do the same thing on the back side. And I'm going to tweak and make sure those angles are, oh my gosh, it's like swimming through molasses. That's not supposed to be 88. That's supposed to be 78. No wonder I'm getting a weird shape over there. Change length. We want to go the other way. I want you to be 60. Say okay to that. Okay, now we'll do this. I want this to be down a little farther in the back. And I think I want to pull these down a little bit. I want you down in there. And I want to smooth that angle out a little bit better. Like so. And then I think I'm going to pull these two. And I'm going to readjust the angles on those. Well, that one says 92 now, so that's probably okay. What are you saying? You're 91. You're probably all right. I got a little bit better shape over here now. A little bit. I think what I want to do is I want to pull this up so that it goes over the curve. Won't be here long. Yeah, I get it. You should have been in bed already, dude. So you know what? I'm going to just pull that out like so. So hopefully this will want to be out here. And I get that further up on the, so that's a little bit better. I do want to, you know what, maybe we'll just have this hang on top like this. This is probably going to be a D-force nightmare. Probably creating headaches for myself. In your recliner, too tired. Yeah, I get that. Hey, Zach, how are you doing? I saw you dropped something in the gallery. All right, I'm going to pull these over a little bit further, and then we'll put a little bit of curve on them. Out over in here. Testing the lighting. Yeah, I think I liked the first one better, but I can't quite remember now off the top of my head. I spotted it just as I'm getting ready to stream here. So we're going to do that. That's got a nice shape to it. We're working on a Sinbad costume. I am going to make it for Genesis 8 female. So it's going to be basically for the Genesis 9 guys, but I'm also going to make a version that'll work with the G8 female. We don't do G8 males here. It's just not worth the effort. Sorry, dudes. All right, let's try something. I'm going to hit save here. And this is your and then we're going to turn everything back to fabric and watch Marvelous Designer go very slow. I'm doing myself no favors using Marvelous Designer while streaming. That's really what it probably comes down to. I think I want to tighten this shirt up a bit. I'm going to put gravity. I think my gravity may not be on all the way. Let's set gravity back to normal. And we'll see if this actually settled down into place or not. And we're going to need boots at some point. I don't know. I'm just not happy with the way. I'm going to crank gravity up. I'm going to over crank gravity now. See if I can get some better draping out of this shit. You know, let me drop this onto everything. Okay, select everything. Come over here. Grab. Drag and drop. Yo, DJ Ray, how are you doing today? Happy Burrito Day, by the way. It's not dragging and dropping. It's still not dragging and dropping. It's finally dragging and dropping. And now I've deselected everything because it's being such a slug. There we go. Yes, National Burrito Day. Also National Ferret Day. I got my burrito, by the way. This is one of these things I almost always have in my refrigerator. The frozen burritos. It's downright a staple. What part of the outfit are you? Are you the waistband or are you something else? I have you sewn to the waistband. You should be fine. You know what? This weird color thing isn't working for me. I'm just going to go back to texture shaded smooth. It was kind of like a color ID map, except it was just doing weird shit. Yeah, I wanted to drape like cloth. You know, I wanted to kind of get pulled down instead of just kind of hanging out, floating around like that. Let me see if I can get that collar up off the, I want to try to get the collar to sit on top of the vest. I'm not sure if that's practical or not in the long run. With D-force, that might cause more problems than it's worth. And I'm going to actually add some additional thickness to that. And actually, what if I overcrank this? Say 10. So the color really floats. I kind of like that actually. And then we're going to give the vest some extra thickness. So it floats off of there a little bit more. You know what? I think it's starting to come together. I'm going to try to get this to sit a little bit higher on the wrist. I think we'll put a little bit of elastic in here, try to stick it up just up off the, so it's not actually running into the hand like that. So here, we'll do this baby steps. I'm going to just freeze everything. And then we'll just focus on just this sleeve over here. So we'll unfreeze that. I'm going to take some elastic. I'm going to put elastic on here. And we'll try to get it to stick a little higher up on the sleeve. Or I'll just make the cuff smaller maybe. Let's try the elastic first. Where did I go? I zoomed in too far again. With the sketchy zooming tools. All right, let's select that and that. We'll come over here and we'll say elastic on. And I'll see if I can get this to just, that doesn't want to slide up. I'm going to make the avatar too sticky. Let's try that. What it is getting tight. It's forcing itself. It's just sliding down the wrist is what it's doing. I don't have enough friction in there to stop it. So let's see if we can tweak that. I'm going to crank up the friction on the avatar as much as I can. And then let me see if I can probably get that pulled up a little higher on the sleeve. That actually kind of makes a nice shape there. I can hear my system straining in the background. Always makes me wonder how much extra shit I've accidentally left open. You know, I got Daz open in the background. I don't really need that. And then after I do this, I gotta do the other side. No, that's actually a little better. Let's we do that. See, I'm moving too fast. I got a little weird thing going on right there. I'm not sure what it's coming from. I think I just need to let it relax. That's probably good. All right, I got it up the sleeve a little bit. And we'll go do the other side now. You know, the other side actually looks like it's okay. It's sitting just farther down on the hand naturally. I think I'm getting there. I think I might keep getting a little droopy in the crotch. Let's take a look. There you go. 1 minute later. I'm a little low in the crotch. I think we're going to take the crotch up a little bit. Also, I'm going to try to stiffen. Well, the waistband should be up here because I got a little strip holding sewn onto the top of that waistband. But that waistband is, how big is that waistband? It's not that big. You're supposed to be sewn to that. So how are you all the way down here? What the hell, dude? I'm going to hide the sash. See, there should be a little thing here tied to the top of the waistband. Is that where I put that? Or did I put that on the... I did tie that to the top of the waistband. What the hell? I gotta see underneath this. What's going on? I got shirt in the way. There's this little piece right here. You know what? I gotta pull that shirt up over outside and maybe get it. I don't know. Maybe I just got too much shirt in here. I'm gonna hide the sash and we're gonna tweak the shirt. So here, let's just go ahead and completely deactivate the sash. Deactivate pattern and sewing. We'll just do that. And then what I'm going to try to do is get that shirt so that it isn't actually double over on top of the waistband. So I got to bring these all back to life. And you know what? I'm going to hide those for just a second. You're a little low. If you would go up a little bit higher. So here, I'm going to hide the shirt and I'm going to try to pull the pants up. So I could activate and then deactivate because that's just the way things work with this program. And then hide all of the shirt. And then what we'll do is we'll just take the pants and we'll completely unfreeze them. And what I want is I want this up a little bit higher. And with that friction we're seeing, just not... Here, let's just turn the friction off. Now it's probably going to slide all the way up to here where I don't want it. Nope. I might just need to make that waistband a little smaller. See, I want the waist right about in there. And maybe pull the back up a little bit. I think that's about where I want it. Let's maybe switch to translucent so I can kind of see through the crotch and see what we need to do. Do I still have too much material in the crotch? Yeah, I can see there's this big gap right there. So I'm happy with where that is. So we're just going to take that out through here. And you know what? Since I'm happy with that, I'll try to freeze it in place if it will let me. I might want to tighten that up just a little bit. I don't know. Let's check the sewing on here. That's 214 to 200. That's 203 to 200. So I am going to have this a little short. I want to just, I don't know, I should probably... You know what? Let's just grab it on here and just stretch it down like so. And we'll see how this goes. You slid back down. Am I not? I was simulating. Hold on. Oh, I froze you. That's right. But I can't see it. Because it's the translucent. It's just... Okay, so we'll go back to this. Those are blue. Those are still blue despite the fact that I hit Control K. It is still not unfreezing. So now I have to manually come in here. Because sometimes it just says, fuck you and your keyboard shortcuts. That's basically what it did. Every now and then it does that. It says, fuck your keyboard shortcuts. Use the menu like a man. I think it's still a little loose in there. So you know what? We're just going to make you a little tighter. Trying to get that to pull a little tighter on that hip. I think that might be close. There's where I want it, I think. Right. I'm now going to try the... There we go. That time the keyboard shortcut worked. Okay, we're going to hide the vest and we're going to concentrate on getting this shirt not to droop down over the waist. So we're going to probably just want to run that up a little bit. I want a little bit of a droop in there, but I don't want actually doubling over the waistband. So we'll deactivate this, which means I have to activate it. Then we can deactivate it. It's crazy. Well, you can't just deactivate it if you have it frozen. You have to unfreeze, then you have to deactivate it. Why? I do not know. That should just be like a state thing. It shouldn't make a difference. Okay, now we can bring this shirt back. Shift Q. And then activate. Nope, I got the waistband selected. I don't want the waistband selected. Wow. Here we go. Let's try this. I have to activate it. And then what I want to do is it's like it's fighting the, but you were deactivated. Hey, so this is Sinbad. No, this is a Sinbad for Genesis 9. I'm going to also fit it for Genesis 8 female. You are deactivated. So why are you being bunchy? So I'm going to activate that. I'm going to deactivate the pattern and the sewing on that. I'm going to hide it. Is my gravity on? See, I got gravity on. Gravity is overpowered, actually. We'll go back to normal gravity. We'll run this. And my shirt's just like bunching up there. Like it's nobody's business. It's acting like the sash is in there. Oh, that's what happens when the sash is in there. All right. I don't know why it's so... Arg. Sinbad for the females, that's right. Well, I'm probably going to feature it with the Genesis 9 male, but I am going to include the Genesis 8 female. And we're going to make sure it works with the Genesis 9 females as well. This shirt just does not want to drape right. It's annoying. At least it's not dropping below. You know what? I'm going to just make it shorter. Because I'm pretty sure that that's probably what I need to do anyhow. So we're going to just take these. And hey, is everybody following CS Bond? Doesn't stream, but it's a super cool cat. Oh yeah. And he's got a disc rod, so feel free to check that out too. All right, let's pull you up. Let's redo this. I think that's looking better. Actually, I kind of like that. I think it's a matter of just getting the sash on here now. Of course, now the sash isn't going to... Now this is the wrong length for the sash. I don't know. It should be fine. Let's see how this goes. So what I'm planning to do is right now I'm just sewing the shirt to the pants. I'm probably going to break them apart later on in life. All right, take care, Willie. Thanks for being here, man. I'm sliding down in my chair, aren't I? Okay, I think I'm going to take that shirt up a little bit more and see how that works. Crazy busy tomorrow. I'm sorry about that. I hope it all works out well. All right, we're going to take another 20 out of that. I'm going to do this. We'll see where we're at. You know, actually, that's not too bad. I guess my problem was I just have way too much fabric. I like that. I'm liking this better. It's also pulling this a little tighter, which is good. Because you've been flopping a little too much. All right, let's stop this. Let's get the sash back in here now. So I actually have, and I'm not going to keep these, but for our modeling purpose, first order of business, drive wife and daughter to work, and alcohol, no, school, then go to garage to switch out winter tires for Somerset. Dang. Okay. Dang it. It did that thing where I selected something, I right clicked, and then it deselected everything. Let's try it this way. There we go. Activate. Make visible. I'm going to put a layer on that so it all pops on top. Pop on pop. So I want the sash to sit on top. And to help keep the sash in place, we have a little piece of cloth in there tied to the waistband of the pants. Okay, we're impatiently waiting for the sash to get on top back here. It's thinking about it. It's still thinking about it. It doesn't really want to, but I told it it must. All right, that's better. Let me see if I can pull that into a little bit more sashy shape. You know, that sash is looking a lot better. Maybe I can pull you down some, like so. Maybe pull you up some. We're getting there. All right, can I pull? Maybe like that. I still haven't going to set I haven't quite decided where these need to be, if they need to be up a little higher or not. It depends on, I think, what is today? Today Tuesday? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. Maybe Saturday we'll make the Sinbad boots, and that'll help determine on where these go. If I don't get to them before then, but I'm probably not, because I'm otherwise working on the Safari Girl outfit. Although Saturday we will probably work on more of this outfit. We've got a turban to make, we've got a sword and a scabbard to make, and boots. And I quite haven't figured out. I wanted to kind of slide the sword through the scabbard, but I'm not sure how well that'll actually work out. That might. It's the way I would really wear it, but in Dazzy Land, I'm not sure that really works well for Daz. I think that's looking fine. I think we're gonna stop this. Let's get the vest back in here and see if we can get it to hang better. So we'll just reactivate the vest. And we'll make it visible. And I'm not sure. We'll just run the sim and see how. This is going to be a hot mess up in here. So what I probably should do is try to pull it out through there like that. It would be nice to get the collar to sit on top of the vest, which is kind of what I got going on here. Oh, but you know what? It's fighting this. It wants to go underneath the because we've got layers on the sash. I'm going to back this up to here before we start. We're going to take the layers off the sash so that the vest doesn't want to get crimped inside of it. And then we can do this, and then I can, you know what? I'm going to stop that. Let's add another material in here. I need to see. I need the color. I need the color. I need to be able to see the vest. Select all of that, and we'll just drop that on there. Yo, Johnston, how are you doing? Nice to see you. It was good to catch you the other night streaming. We're making a Sinbad costume. All right, let me see if I can pull that back out again. There we go. This is loosely based off Sinbad and the Golden Voyage. I want to say it was from the 60s. I think there were like 3 Sinbad movies. At least the ones that count. The ones that count being the one with the Ray Harryhausen special effects. As a kid, I loved Ray Harryhausen. I thought his form of animation was so cool. Stop motion. I can almost bet that when Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger came out, I saw that in the theater. I don't think. Do I have the poster on my wall still? Actually, I have the poster on the wall still. Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger poster is sitting behind me over there. I'm not sure if you can see it in the dark. It's back in there somewhere. I probably had that poster since 77. You did some soap? Yeah, I did a little bit in a film class too. Janky stuff. In community college, I took a film class. We made movies with 8mm. We actually had to go and splice and edit these things. Legos. You see it? I see what? Did you post something and I didn't see? Oh, is this all looking good? I'm getting there. I think my vest is... No, my vest is about right. The videos. I'm not sure which... Oh, I mean, I may have missed them. Or if I saw them, I may have forgotten, which is more likely the case. I'm going to strengthen that. I think this will look okay if it's kind of stiffish looking to begin with, because it kind of has to settle down. Do I actually maybe want to make that shorter? And do I want to actually... It keeps wanting to slide down the back. And I want it to sit up in here. I think what I need to do is just drop these corners down. Also, that collar is fighting me, isn't it? If I strengthen that up, does it go back into shape? Probably not. It's becoming a hot mess. Fighting the vest underneath it. Let me see if I can tweak these fold angles here. I'm just going to select those. And how is that supposed to go? I can never remember one or the other. We'll say 100. And I'll say 30. And then we'll just see which way it wants to try to fold over. I think it's going the way I want it to go. This side's going, is this side going the right way and the other side's going the wrong way? Once again, I've hit a shortcut key and nothing happened. My collar's just gone all the shit because the back of the shirt is sliding off. Let me see if I can actually reach those seams. Where's the fold tool? There it is. Let's try that. Let's do this. Let's try that again. There we go. See, I kind of want to drag you over like so. And then we'll see. And that went to 19. Oh my God, the collar's all the way back here. Fuck me. You know what I should do is I should hide the vest. I should pin the collar to the neck so that it doesn't go anywhere. Then we'll bring the vest back. And then we can wrestle with the vest individually. Oh no, there's a Discord. Oh, we got Lego pictures in the... There we go. Oh, this looks cool. I have to download it? Oh, it's on YouTube. I'm going to put the volume back on. We're going to restart this. This is looking neat, man. We'll do that. We'll roll back here.
Tally Bandit, bearing 240. Tally Bandit, bearing 250. Tally Bandit, bearing 260. Just to your left. Looks like it's go home or go to heaven.
Oh no!
Lightning tube down.
I love the little stand with the bolt on it. That's beautiful.
That was a tough battle. Return to base.
Here we go. Like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe. Nice. And with that, it's almost... I got 5 minutes left. I'm going to fix this shirt, and then we're going to call it a night. That was a door opening sound. Okay, let's hide this. We're going to deactivate you. I'm going to hide you. And now I can get this shirt to play nice. Am I just too short in the back on this shirt now? You know what? That shirt's not supposed to be down that far because there's a seam in there. It went ahead and it crawled underneath. It crawled through a seam again. Bad shirt. You're supposed to be... So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to take a tack, and we're just going to tack it onto the avatar so it doesn't do that again. So I can kind of get that neck to stay in place because it's fighting me on the vest. So here, let's come over here and say tack on avatar. What I want to do is I want to put that right there. And then I'm just going to stick it onto the neck over there. And I'm just going to let that pull. Keep that up. What are you doing? This should line up down here. What are you doing all the way over there? I get this feeling something goofy's going on with this. We have to hide the sash again. It's crawling inside of itself. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to do. You know what? Let me turn gravity off. And then I can kind of get this to sit a little higher. Then I can kind of get the sash on here again. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm activating. And then I'm going to make it visible. And I'm going to give it a layer so it wants to sit on top. And then once it sits on top, we'll take that layer off so that it will stay. Did I not hit? I did. And it's taking its time getting there. And we're going to make sure that this is looking okay. I could probably stand to take a little bit out of this. All right, we'll put the gravity back on. And I suddenly lost my simulation settings. Simulation properties, there we go. Gravity, there we are, minus 9,800. And gravity's on, but it doesn't want to play. See, it's goofy stuff like this. I'm in normal gravity and this is just floating around. Did I actually turn gravity on? That's the question I now have to ask myself. I did. It's on. And that shirt is just bunched up there like it's just floating around in space. And that collar just won't fold over and lay flat like it's supposed to. Arg. This is one of these things that will probably work fine as soon as I get off stream. Turn the strength on. I got really stiff fold strength in here, so it should want to. But it's just being so freaking wonky. I may just redo the collar. I mean, I do realize that it is tacked to the back of the neck. But there's way more than enough extra fabric in there for it not to be weird. I just can't get you to want to go that way and stay. Come on, roll over, roll over, roll over. I'm trying to get the... I feel like I'm so close, and yet it just keeps rolling up. I'll fight it later off stream. I think we're going to call it a night here. All right, so I made a little more progress on this Sinbad costume. Started many years ago. Of course, now I had a nice collar earlier, but now I've lost it. And the damn cuff has slid back down again. I don't want that running so far down. It's running into the hand is what the problem is. I want it to stay up on the cuff. So I'm fighting with that. The collar just looks like crap, so I might just redo it or something. I might make this a little rounder in shape, I think, to follow the shape of that. Anyhow, I think we're good for the night. Thank you for all being here. I appreciate it. And by the way, get your burritos on, man. It's National Burrito Day. And kiss a ferret. Because it's also National Ferret Day. But don't make burritos with ferrets. That's wrong. And let's see who's on. Hey, if there's anybody watching on YouTube, thank you. Like and subscribe. That would be awesome. If you're on the Twitch, feel free to stick around for the raid. Let's see who's on. And also there's another video, so if you can check out the Discord, Zach does have another one. You know what? We'll probably try. I will try to remember to show those on the Saturday Night Social this week. Anyhow, feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. Buy my stuff at Daz. I may have a new product out tomorrow. We'll see. Fingers crossed. And with that, yeah, let me go take a look and see who's on. It's Thursday. So usually I'll raid my good friend Dapster Dan or my other good friend Dan Bad Tooth Records. But we'll see if somebody else is on besides them. I think I raided Dapster Dan last week. I raid Bad Tooth a lot because I really like him. He's a good guy. But right now I'm big on supporting Dapster Dan, and it's like I don't sub to very many people anymore, but Dapster Dan and Bad Tooth Records are both two of the few people I still subscribe to. DJ Ray's on. Let's go say hi to DJ Ray. There we go. DJ Ray was in earlier. It's a party with DJ Ray. He's playing chess with himself tonight. So let's say hi to, if you can stick around and say hi to Ray, that would be cool. Yeah, see you Saturday, Rod. Thank you for being here. And tell Joe we say hi. And give her our love. And what are we doing? Hey, stick around for the raid if you can. If you're not a subscriber, use that raid call. If you are a subscriber, you are cool and you get to use this raid call. And we'll do this /raid. And we're going to go say hi to our good friend DJ Ray because it's a party with DJ Ray. There we go. Do that. And I will be back Saturday, 1 p.m. And then we're back 8 p.m. on Saturday for the Saturday Night Social. If you drop stuff in the gallery, we will share it. It's a Discord chat. It's an old cartoon. It's an art share. Thank you all for being here. And with that, let's get this raid on the road. Chris is going to copy his raid call. And hasta la vista, baby.